Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another 3DS Game Ideas discussion. And this time I'm going to be talking about Darkest Hunters, which is on the Switch currently and is available on PC through Steam. I got to play this game. It's a little puzzle game, basically, where you're moving your character around this board and collecting these... they're medallions, basically, but that's not what they're called in-game. I think they're called gems in-game. But you're collecting them to build up your health, your mana, your money, and your experience all at the same time. And your ability to attack, I forgot, because you have attack points that you have to have a minimum amount of in order to be able to perform an attack. So, long and short of it is that this game, being the puzzle style that it is, it would fit pretty well on the 3DS, but I would set it up differently than most people probably would think. And that would be to put the board on the top screen while you're playing, just completely the board there, and then put a lot of people probably would have thought about this too, but put the HUD down at the bottom. And since it uses the touchscreen and things like being able to cast your magical spells and stuff like that would be available for using the touchscreen with your finger or your stylus. I mean, you'd also have to put in some button options to make it easier for people, like that way. It's just in case they don't have those or their touchscreen is faulty on their 3DS, so there's an option to use it. But the game is interesting enough. Like, again, it's an RPG. It's an RPG, but it's also a puzzler at the same time. So you're playing and building up your character and acquiring different armors, different weapons, upgrading things with the cash that you find. You got little missions that you take on that get you stars in the levels, and a certain number of stars are needed in order to get to the next area, or to unlock it, to be able to take on the challenges there. The game itself is fun. Especially if you're the type that likes to sit down and plot out what you're doing, and you like to take your time and make your decisions based on what's on your board in front of you. It can be a lot of fun. I look at it more or less, it's definitely meant for people who like puzzles a lot more, but are interested in like an RPG type story. And having that there is actually pretty nice. Different spells have different effects. I mean, you have different missions for every level that you take on. Every board it has its own set of missions that you have to complete in order to earn your stars. So the challenge factor is there, like, and if you're a completionist, this is like the perfect game for you, because you would want to spend your time getting all the stars in every one of the levels. Some of them you won't be able to do right away. You'd have to come back to those missions and do them after you've acquired certain spells, because you probably wouldn't have enough money early on in order to get them. And it's just the way some of it's set up. You literally just can't do some of those things in the immediate. You would have to come back to those levels after you've leveled your character up and you've acquired better equipment and spells. There are multiple characters. There's like the story-based lore sheets that you can find in the game on the boards, to kind of just expand what's going on in the story and tell you more about the characters and what's happening in that world. But it would just be a cool fit for the 3DS to me. I mean, it's already on the Switch. That's why this isn't a pitch for Switch video. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I think it will work out well. That's it. I don't have really anything else to ramble on about it. I kind of gave you the gist of what the game is about for people who don't know anything. It's up to you kind of look into it. But thank you guys very much for joining. If you'd like to support the channel, links are down in the description for my poetry book. Both physical and digital copies are available for purchase. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.